Hello, 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 hello. I'm glad we are together again on day three of the 7 days purpose discovery journey. And I'm sure it's been wonderful, it's been awesome so far. Your comments keeps me energized to do this, to keep doing this on a daily basis. Seeing your comments are so making it interesting, making it worth the wow. And I'm trusting that today we are going to give ourselves tell ourselves some real truths that would not just help us further discover our purpose, but help us begin to align the right things we need to put together so that these purposes can now we can receive the courage in there to fulfill this purpose. And beyond just that, you want to bring in your own uniqueness to it. And so, without any further ado, we will be going to the day three right away. And today we'll be talking about your unique selling point. I like to call it USP. USP, your unique selling point. For those just joining us, this is Kate Inspired. I am Adepin Adeomi. If this is your first time here, this is where purpose meets with finance. Our goal is simple to make sure that we are fulfilled in terms of purpose and to be sure that we also become financially free. Once we're able to strike this balance, life becomes easy, it becomes interesting, it becomes a journey that is worthwhile. And this is day three of the 7 days purpose discovery journey, and it's been amazing. So today we'll be talking about your unique selling point. When it comes to the subject of purpose, people think probably I should be the only one in the world doing this thing. Probably in my family, in my community, around me, in my nation, I should be the only one known for it. No, no, no. Purpose does not necessarily mean you will be the only one doing that, or you'll be the only one towing that part. In fact, I can assure you that 1,001 persons are also towing the exact part that is calling onto you as purpose. Trust me, you will have mentors in that part you have chosen as your purpose, or you have discovered to be your purpose. You have people that you'll be colleagues, that they will be your peers along that journey. Then there will be people who will become mentees to you. So you would eventually become the only one towing that part. You won't be the only one doing that thing. You won't be the only one walking on that particular lane. But what makes it purpose to you is the uniqueness you bring to the table, is the yourself, the difference you bring on board. See, anyone can do whatever it is you are calling your purpose now. I mean, just about anyone can do exactly what you say is your purpose. Just about anyone can operate in that space. But what makes us sought after you? What makes the way you do it interesting? What makes also wants you in particular to do it is because of the uniqueness you bring on board. What is that uniqueness? What makes it purpose to you? See, I can play football. Almost any young boy, in fact, almost any kid, male or female, can play football, can kick the ball all around. But what makes it purpose to people like Lionel Messi, to people like Cristiano Ronaldo, is because they do this uniquely and in a way that it amazes the world. That is why if I am playing the football now, you will not find any interest to sit down for the next 2 hours or 1 hour 30 minutes to watch me play. But when Cristiano Ronaldo is is on the pitch, is about to show his skills, is about to bring that uniqueness aboard, what do? Everybody sits and begins to watch with interest, because you know when Ronaldo is on the pitch, there's something different about the game. It's not just 22 players on the pitch now, but there is a guy who, once he is a part of this match, it becomes interesting. The same thing happens to someone like Lionel Messi. The same thing happens to great athletes around the world. The same thing is that's why people want to watch Usain Bolt over and over when he's running. Everyone has seen him run. Everyone can run. Practically everybody who is a spectator can run from point A to point B. But when Usain Bolt is running, you see what he brings on board. He doesn't start the race with a very heavy hit. No, he just takes it and then boom, That is his own uniqueness. That is what he brings to the table. And for that reason, everyone wants to watch him. Everyone wants to say, everyone celebrates him for what he does. So the question I'm asking you now is, what is your own unique selling point? It's not about what you do. It's not about the service now. It's not about the product you create. It's not about um the giftings, the skills that you have now. It's about how you create your own product, how you deliver your own service, how you use your own giftings. See, practically every church now has a saxophonist. Believe me, you almost every church now has a saxophonist. But some people have stood out as saxophonists because of the way they play this thing. Say almost anyone can be an instrumentalist, can play the keyboard, can beat the drums. But trust me, there are people who do this as purpose, and you see the intent with which they do it when they are doing it, and then the uniqueness they bring on board. So much so that you want to listen to them play at all times. Anybody can sing, especially in this age where social media has made it made it possible for practically anyone to log themselves up in a place, pick up a mic, get a few persons together, get a few instruments together, and begin to sing and record straight to the internet. So practically anyone can sing, but there are people that when they sing, we want to listen, even when we are not in the mood. Why? Because these persons they sing with some level of uniqueness. So, what is your own uniqueness? What is your unique selling point? On this part of purpose, on this part you have discovered is yours. If you don't bring uniqueness to it, trust me, you will just be lost and missing in the crowd, and you will begin to ask yourself again, are you sure this is my part? Are you sure this is the place of purpose for me? Or am I just jumping on another thing? So that what you have discovered, that your giftings, your talents, your skills, your natural intent, what your natural intuitions align with, don't now look as though it's something that is a work, a pass by for you. What do you want to do? You want to find your own uniqueness. What do you bring on board? What do you bring to the table? You can't afford to sound exactly the way someone else sounds. You can't afford to walk exactly the way someone else walks. You can't afford to, in fact, your pricing cannot be exact. See, even your pricing is a part of your uniqueness. There are people, see, there are construction firms. In fact, there are real estate homes. There are real estate companies all around the country and all around the globe. But you will if you are careful, if you study carefully, you realize some real estate companies only build for the elite. Whatever property they are selling, whatever product, be it a building or a land, are only for the elite. You see the prices. They don't deal with the thousands, they go for the millions. And the same way someone comes to the real estate industry, to the real estate market, and is telling you, my own uniqueness is being able to get properties that those who are just starting out in life can afford and pay in bits, and then be able to begin to accumulate something for themselves gradually. If both of us are in this part as our purpose, my pricing will determine my own target audience. Your pricing determines your target audience. If because you are now selling in millions, I now want to do exactly the way you are doing it, my uniqueness will be lost. So that I am doing 1,000 business does not necessarily mean on the long run you will outweigh me, or make more than me because you are doing in millions. Because for every 1 million deal you do, I do 1,000 in 100 places. And probably the time it takes you to hit a million, your one deal, is exactly what it takes me to hit my 100 deals. We are both on the same level. But what have I been able to bring to the table? My own uniqueness. I love to help people accumulate as they are starting out in life. But your own uniqueness is to deal with those who have already attained some level of success, and then you're helping them just stack up to what they have. So the way we will communicate our products are different. The way we will walk the path of purpose are different, even though we are in the same path. So you want to ask yourself, what is my unique selling point? Now that I've discovered what resonates with me, now that I've been able to dig out the hidden things in me, now how do I do these things in such a way that no one else can do it the way I do it? No one else sells the way I sell. No one else sounds the way I sound. No one else is able to do this thing exactly the way I do it. So much so that I become known for this pattern. I become known for this symbol. In fact, this is where branding now begins to come in. But that's a topic for another. That's a subject for something completely different. That's where you see people who are telling you, this is my color code. Meaning, when you see this color in this field, is most likely me. When you say, I have been in the filming industry for some years now. For a very long time, I there's a way I see almost every photographer carry the camera. But it caught my attention about a powerful photographer, is in fact a world celebrated, globally celebrated photographer. Her name is T.Y. Bello. I noticed, in fact, it was the first person I noticed that carries the camera the other way around. For years, I've always thought the professional way to hold the camera is like this. And in fact, both people in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, I always see them hold their camera like this. But it occurred to me that only Tiwa Bello holds a camera the other way around. And then it occurred to me that, wow, why doesn't she do it the way everyone does it? So by the time I see 100 photographers gathered, once I see somebody holding the camera the other way, I most likely know this is Tiwa Bello there. I don't need to see her. And then another thing she brings on board is the air. You see, this unique selling point, your branding is in fact is a game changer. I wish we could talk about branding today, but that's not for now. We are just trying to discover our purpose now. That's not for now. That's something we attend to probably in a master class or something. But trust me, I'm going to help us get into that. But sincerely, I'm just trying to let us know why you need to find your uniqueness and bring it to this part of purpose, because you are not the only one who will become a disciple that will be called. See, amongst disciples, amongst even the apostles, there are things that makes some uniquely different from others that made their names stood out. See, you will only stand out because of the uniqueness you bring about. So everybody can read the books you read, can go to the school you went to, can acquire the skill you have. But how you now do it, how you deliver what you deliver, is what makes a whole lot of difference. So the question is, what is your unique selling point? How do you want to serve this your gift to the world? It's one thing to have a gift you want to serve. It's another thing to know how you want to serve it to the world. How do you want to serve it to the world? You really want to answer that question. There's a lady who has now become a star now in the Nigerian football um, space. Her name is Azizat Oshoala. Oshoala or so. My Yoruba, it's not that strong, but I'm sure we all know her. Her nickname is Agbabola. Agbabola. That lady she came and then distinguished herself so much so that she now plays for a club outside the nation because of our unique selling point. See, both of us can be on the same path. If our uniqueness does not come on board, nobody will necessarily want one specifically from another. See, if you are doing it the same way everyone is doing it, if you are doing it the same, if you deliver exactly the same way someone else will deliver, then it means you've made yourself one amongst many. You want to be sure that you separate yourself. See, there are always two parts. There are always those at the top, and then there are others. So it's either you find your way to this top or you stay amongst the others. There is a one, there are the rest. So you want to be sure that you are not amongst the rest. What takes you to a one is your uniqueness. So what's the uniqueness you are bringing on board? We either we are both on the same path or we are on different paths. Our uniqueness matters. I don't struggle to sound the way anyone else sounds. In fact, one of the uniqueness I bring on board is I'm about the only dark guy of this height with this hairstyle that you will see speaking on the internet at this time and age. Why? Because I quickly realized, I didn't realize this early, but at some point I realized that this my dark skin actually makes me get discovered on time amongst the crowd. For years I was struggling to be I was wishing I was light skinned. Why? Because of the bullies I got in the early days because of my skin. But the moment I realized that even my skin color is part of my uniqueness, I started rocking it. In fact, I started using my black with pride. And then most of the times you see me wear white. Why? Because I want the black to shine out. So, what is the uniqueness you are bringing on board? What are you bringing on board? This is why you see two different teams managed by two different coaches or managers, and then you realize that while one plays entertaining football, another manager chooses the hit and run football style. While one plays a defensive style kind of football, another manager chooses an offensive kind of football style. So, what style will be yours? So that when people need a particular thing, they can say it is K8 who can get that delivered. Some people speak with so much calmness and they deliver the message that the message hits hard. So much so that when elites are gathered, these are the type of people they call. While some people are chargers, they cannot speak calmly, but when you want to speak to a young generation, to the Gen Zs, they are the ones you go for because you know when these ones come, they charge up the atmosphere. Why? Because by default they are not calm. But if we don't know, maybe you are calm or you are not, it becomes difficult to bring you for selected programs. It becomes difficult to find your space for you. And when the world cannot find your space, when they cannot really identify you, like what you represent in an industry, they really don't care much about your existence in that industry. So, what is the unique selling point you are going to bring? Now that you have discovered your purpose, you've discovered your path, what is the uniqueness you will bring to that part that will make you stand out on that part? Because the world is waiting. The world is willing to do business with you. The world is willing to celebrate you for what you are. The world is willing to engage with you. But you must show them that this is my own unique selling point, and I'm standing by it. I am owning it, and I'm going to keep pushing it until you all accept me for who I am and then see the beauty in what I bring on board. Would you own your unique selling point today, or will you be a copycat of someone else? No one celebrates a copycat. No matter how much you struggle to be a photocopy, at best, you will only be a copy of an original copy. And most times, photocopies are not always as sharp as the original. So when people need the original, when matters get to boiling point, they go get the original. The photocopy can be moved around with at all times, but when matters get to boiling point, everyone knows the original. They go get the original. The original is always hidden in a safe place because it's a treasure. The photocopy can get missing along the way, but the original must not get missing. What makes you original? That people are always putting you in your own class, in your own space, in your own category, is because of your uniqueness. If you remain as a photocopy, trust me, at some point it will get missing. At some point it will get torn, just like a document. At some point it will become irrelevant because the original is always what is the treasure. What is the uniqueness you are bringing to this part that makes this your purpose? One, that men should celebrate you for, and in fact, reward you greatly for, because you are contributing a whole lot of value to them, and in a way, no one else can contribute such value. That is a question I'm leaving you with today. And I really want to see your answers, probably your comments here or on on the Telegram group. Let me see your comments. Let me hear from you. And if there are things you still need me to clarify about, please feel free to share them here or there. Let me see them so I know how to help attend to this. Because at the end of these 7 days, the goal is that a whole lot of us here, if not everyone, must have been able to discover their purpose. And those who are already working in purpose must have been able to discover the missing piece so that they can begin to style whatever it is they are doing. I'm when Adekunle Adewumi, your coach. I am Kate Inspires. Remember, a generation is counting on you, and I am rooting for you because you cannot afford to fail them. There is a whole lot of greatness in you. You can't afford to leave this world, live right here, and then your impact is not felt. Till we meet again, stay blessed, stay sharp, stay financially fit, remain in the financial game. Remember, you must do everything legally and morally right to become financially free. But much more than that, you want to be sure that your purpose is intact and fulfilled, because that is the only way you will feel satisfied by the time you are exiting this world to the next realm. So, I will be expecting to hear from you. And if you are new to this channel, if you are saying this just in case we release this to the public, if you are saying this, do well to subscribe, be a part of the family, and join the big family at large as you even bring others to be a part of this. Thank you. I love you. See you tomorrow for day 4. Bye.